Hi! I'm making a video today about the Disney College Program character auditions. And this is actually something that I recently wanted to try and do. I went to Disneyland for the first time. Yeah, I'm 22 years old, and I went to Disneyland for the first time this past Christmas. It's currently March right now. So just over Christmas, I went to Disneyland with my boyfriend, and it was such a cool experience. Even as an adult, I mean, I'm sure kids, it's the same thing. It's wonderful, amazing, so much fun. Um, I don't know, it was just awesome. And I kept thinking while I was there, like, oh man, it would just be so cool to work here. Everyone's so happy, and everyone's friendly and nice, and it's fun, and literally just everything's perfect. All the details, I'm sure everyone knows this. Everyone's been to Disneyland or Disney World. So anyways, I came back home, and in January, at that time, I had talked to a few of my friends who, I just talked to them about Disneyland in general and how I can't wait to go back. And I had a few friends and a few coworkers actually too, who I didn't know this, but they had in their past in the Disney College Program as characters. And they encouraged me to try it too, and they said, oh, you could totally be a face character. And so everyone's self-conscious, and I'm like, oh, I kind of have a big nose, like, I don't know. And so I looked on the website at different requirements, like the height requirement, things like that, and I pretty much fit everything. I did a little bit more research. I tried to see if any previous cast members had any videos out or anything like that, and I saw a few, and I thought, hey, I have a chance, I should try it. So while I was at work one day, I just kept thinking about it. It was on my mind so much, and I went home and I did more research, and I saw that there was an audition in my area in Phoenix. And so I marked the date on my calendar and I started preparing. Um, I don't really even know how I was preparing, just mentally preparing myself, I guess. And I really didn't tell that many people because I wanted to keep it on the down low. And, it's embarrassing if you don't make it, to tell people, like, how excited you were, and then you don't get it. So I actually just came back from my audition right now. It was number 131. There was a ton of people there. I was not expecting that many. I was expecting about 100. There was closer to 200. I was like in the halfway point, and one of my coworkers went too, and he's done the college program in the past, and he was a character. He was part of entertainment, and so he was all excited to do it again, and we were just so excited, and he gave me some advice and different things like that. So I was just really excited and just did tons of research, and it's kind of hard too because if you're anything like me doing research, you probably saw a few different things, like if you have tattoos, you get cut right away. They don't want anyone with tattoos. But then there was also people who were saying you have a chance if you can cover your tattoos or things like that. I actually took out my gauges. They were ½ inch and I let them close up. They're not totally closed, but I did that because to be a character you can't have gauges. I have tattoos on my feet, so I just, whatever. So to begin, I did my application, which if you just go on, I don't know, I googled Disney College Program application and it came up. And I actually had to do it a few times because it gives you the option to save it and then come back to it, and so I saved it and then I went back to it and it wasn't there. And then some notification came up and it said, we've edited the application, so start over. So I had to start over a few times, and then I think the deadline was February 28th or something like that. And so I finished my application, and if you've never done the application before, it's just basic work history, where you live, demographics, things like that. And then it asks you if you're interested in Disney World or Disneyland. I live close to Disneyland, so I put that as my first option, or most interested in, and then I put Florida, Walt Disney World, as my second. because I wouldn't mind traveling. I think it'd be fun. And then you have the option for if you want to do 6-month program or an extended program. So I think because it's fall coming up, that's what I applied for. It was the fall season or fall advantage, and I think it's fall advantage is the long one, and I just put I was up for whatever, you know, I don't really care. And I finished up the application finally, and it asks you what roles you're interested in. There's different things like custodial or, you know, entertainment, costuming. There's just everything, every job there you can sign up for. You could put you have a high interest in it, moderate interest, low interest. And I wasn't really interested in any. I wanted to do character. I don't have a huge history in performing, but I did. And I know that I knew it, you know, signing up for this, I knew that there are people who bleed Disney, they know everything about Disney, or people who are just like perfect with acting and perfect with dancing and all this good stuff, and I don't know, I decided I would try anyways. I fit kind of what they were looking for characters. I'm in a height range for face characters, like I don't know, my teeth are okay. I have pretty clear skin. I have average size body. I don't know. So I just decided I would go for it. After you finish your application, you do a phone interview. And I think I was pretty over prepared for the phone interview, to be honest. You sign up and you pick like what day that you're going to do that you're interested in doing the phone interview on. You have to be prepared. I picked like Thursday at 7:30 p.m. because I got off work a little bit late and I wanted to come home and prepare, and I was just so pumped up. Like I had my resume out here and I had just all these notes. I should show you. They're still up on my desk over there. I had all these papers. I had practice questions that I had looked up online. There were other people on YouTube who recorded their whole phone interview and put it up on YouTube, so I listened to a few of those, but I think I was over prepared. I was expecting to be asked what my favorite character is, or what my favorite Disney movie is, what my favorite ride is. Obviously they're going to ask about work experience, they're going to ask why you're interested in Disney, what jobs you're interested in there, things like that. Are you okay with living away from home? Are you okay with the weather conditions? Being really hot, really cold, really rainy. You have to think about these things because people sign up when they're 18 and it's their first time leaving home, and they go, you know, across the United States for this, and then they're homesick and they miss their parents, and I get that. And so anyways, be prepared for that if that's your case. So I did my phone interview and I was just so excited, and I was telling her really long stories, kind of like what I'm doing right now. She would ask, you know, tell me about a time where something bad happened at work and how you fixed it. And I told her this long, elaborate story, and she's like, okay, good, next question. And then after 15 minutes, she told me we were running out of time, so she just had a few more things to ask me, asked if I had any questions, and I recommend, if you do have questions, definitely ask them. It shows that you're interested in the position. I kind of felt like I did a lot of research, so I didn't really have anything to ask her, but I did ask her a couple things, and she was very nice, and, you know, thank them for their time. It's a hard job just calling people all day. There's so many people who apply, and it's just hard. So say thank you. Got done with that. And then today was my audition. Oh. So I got all ready for it. I made sure I knew where I was going. I printed out a resume. I made a specific resume for Disney. I took specific headshots because on the website, not only was this today's visit or today's audition for the college program, it was also for, they were interested in full-time princesses. That's what the website said, at least. And that's what the website said. So I printed it out and I made sure I was all good to go. Don't dress up for the audition. Make sure you look presentable. I actually had my hair up because they want to see your face. They don't want it covered in hair. Like, I would not leave my hair down like this. I just took it out of a ponytail. Don't wear a ton of makeup. There was a girl there that had a ton of makeup on, and they can tell if you're trying to look like a certain character, if you're, you put on a ton of blush because you want to look like Snow White, or how you do your eyebrows, or whatever. Like, they can tell, but that's not necessarily what they're looking for. They're kind of looking for a blank slate. So try and aim for something natural. I had a friend who went with me who has a bunch of facial hair, and he had done character performing before. He was a fur character, so it doesn't really matter what he looked like. It didn't matter how straight his teeth were. It didn't matter if he had some acne. But if you're a fur character, it doesn't really matter. What matters is your height. They want to see a good smile. They want things like that. And so anyways, I showed up to the audition, and there were so many people, like I said, way more than I expected. I'm number 130. I was number 131, and I think it went up to like 200 something. So there were a ton of people, and I kind of got to know the people around me. Beware, if you are not a dancer, this was at a dance studio, by the way, so of course the people who were owners of the dance studio told all the girls who were dancers there to do this audition, which is a dance audition, and it's a basic dance that they start off with that some people would call basic. For me, it was a bit challenging. I'm not a dancer, and it's fine. So you get there, you get in line, you kind of get to know the people around you. Talk to them. It's fun. You're stuck with them for a few hours at least. Like, get to know them, have fun with them. So I met a few girls. People were traveling. People came from out of state for this audition, and everyone's really excited. Everyone has different experience. Some people have never had jobs. Some people have never went to college. Some people, just everyone's different, and it's cool to like hear their stories and share yours as well. So take advantage of it. Don't keep to yourself. Definitely talk with people. And I met some cool people too, and they were interested in, if this wasn't working out, moving to Arizona and going to school here. And so I kind of networked with them and told them, like, hey, I'll show you around if you're interested, and if things don't work out for Disney. So you get there, and yeah, okay, so I got there, got in line. You get in line, long line, and you check in, and they had an iPad, and the people who were doing this couldn't really figure it out. They kept messing up the numbers. So I was number 131. I type in my name, I type in my email, I get measured. I was measured at like 5'3.5", which is what I expected. And then you go and you wait for about an hour, and you're sitting with whoever, and you're stretching, and you're preparing however you want to. People were doing some intense dance moves and spins, and you knew who was already an experienced dancer. You knew who came from that studio. So beware, if your place is at a studio, you're gonna have dancers there. If you're a good dancer, you have nothing to worry about. If you're like me and you can't dance, I don't know what to tell you. Practice. But it's hard because they teach you a whole new routine, and you go and you do it, and you literally have 10 seconds in front of them for the first cut. I didn't make it past the first cut. I am such a bad dancer, and I thought, whatever. I'm gonna just smile, and they even said too, they're like, girls, if you want to be a princess, I know you've wanted to do it since you were 5, we don't want to see that. We want to see big moves. We're looking for fur characters. We want you to dance. We want you to pretend that you're an elf. They like give you scenarios. They're like, pretend you're an elf right now, and you're waving at people in the crowd in a parade, and just act animated, and they whatever. So they want you to do that sort of thing. They teach you this routine really quick, and it was packed in there. It was such a small studio. I felt like if I had more room, I would have been fine, but I was tripping on the people next to me, and some of the people were like kind of like standing in place practicing, and I couldn't do that. There was no room. I knocked over the girl next to me, and so yeah, that's what happened. They lined us up in groups of 5. Everyone else is kind of against the wall, just waiting for their turn. And they call you up, and they're like, 130 through 140, come up, and it's your turn, start. Or what do they say? Come to life. And then you wave to the crowd, and you blow them kisses, and you do whatever you want to do. You jump around, and then the song comes on, and you start dancing. And there's a guy who like has an iPad, and he's just kind of like looking at your number and like making notes, making, you know, deciding if he's going to cut you right then and there or not. And he had his eyes on me the whole time, and I didn't know if that was good or if it was bad. It was bad. He was laughing at me, and he kind of did one of those numbers, and that's fine because I know I'm not a good dancer. So I just smiled and I did what I could, and then I skipped off when it was my turn to leave the stage, and then I watched everyone else do it, and I watched my friend do it, and he did awesome, and I heard people whispering like, oh, he's so good, and I was really happy for him. And then they sat us down and they reiterated to us that they have a small box of who they're looking for. You know, maybe they don't need any Cinderellas, but they need a ton of Goofies. They need someone in that height range. They need, you know, whatever it is. And I didn't make it, so kind of a bummer, but my friend made it, so I went and I said bye to him and congratulations, and he was super excited because I think he really wants to go back and keep performing. So I was really happy that he made it because he didn't really think he could do it, so good for him. And I said bye to it was all girls. It was all the girls that I met. I said bye to them, exchanged phone numbers. If there are people who live in your area, like, hang out with them. They're probably really cool. They probably are into the same things you are. And I met some cool people, and so we exchanged numbers, and I'm texting them right now, and we're just kind of wrapping up what our experience was today. So it was really fun. And it's hard to say because I feel like every blog, every YouTube video, everything I've seen is a little bit different. Everyone has a different experience. There are some look-alike auditions where you literally just stand up there and smile, and then they cut you if you don't look like a character. Some of them are intense dances. The dance is going to get more intense after I left, so I even think I wouldn't have made it. They do animations, they do all different things, so just pay attention to the directions they give you and just do your very best. Don't worry about the people around you. Worry about tripping over them because that is not fun and that does not look good. That's probably why I got cut. Whatever. It's not my fault the studio is small. And I know that God has something else in store for me, and that's okay. You know, I'm fine with whatever. I was excited. I thought it'd be fun, and I did have fun. I was absolutely right. I'm glad I did it, and now I know a little bit more of what to expect for next time if I do have a next time. I'm getting ready to graduate with a good degree, and I'm trying to go back for medical, so I don't know if Disney's gonna work out for me, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm still waiting to hear back from my phone interview. A few of the options that I chose was Bippity Boppity Boutique, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's a hair salon for little girls who come to the park. They pick out a princess outfit, you do their hair and makeup, and they're all ready to go and meet the characters. So you can apply for different positions, like I had said, and everyone has a good time. Like, I know people who are ride attendants that love it, and then you can become seasonal after you've worked there before. And like my friend that was at the audition today, he went back over spring break one time, and yeah, he said it was expensive. Like, he had to drive out there, rent a car, rent a hotel, but he had such a good time, and I really think that memories are definitely worth money if you have it. Everyone's spending money when you're at this age for colleges and stuff, so I definitely recommend going out there and trying it and seeing if anything is in line with what you want to do. If you're interested in resorts and hotel stuff, work for Disney. Just do it. It seems so fun. Just try it. They'll probably love you. If you like to smile and have fun, why not? That's kind of what I thought today. I was like, hey, maybe they'll like me. I have a good attitude. I have an open schedule. I'm down for whatever. But they do have a box of what they're looking for entertainment, because it is really important. It's a huge part of Disney. So don't get discouraged if you go and they don't pick you. I mean, you could get picked next time. Maybe there isn't a next time. Maybe there's something else that you're supposed to do other than Disney. But I just wanted to make this video just kind of to recap what I did today and to encourage others to go try it. Anyone can do it. I forgot to mention there are so many different people there. There are white people, black people, Asian people, Mexicans, like every race, every height, every weight, outgoing people, shy people. Of course, they don't really want shy people, but tons of different people. There were girls that were intense dancers. Like, they were just like dancing the whole time. Okay, I probably have said enough. Good luck if you're going, and I'd love to see more videos, so I'm going to keep an eye out and keep watching how people's auditions went for this season, just because I think it's interesting, and I'm excited to hear about this year and what they're choosing, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and good luck!